Welcome everyone to our first episode of Hope News. We are so excited to present to you this new format of sharing hope stories, stories of hope, testimonies, and live interviews with our staff and our children, because it is important to share hope in these times of hopelessness. So stay tuned for our first episode today of Hope News. What better way than to start off this Hope News than by bringing you some groundbreaking news. For many years, it's been on our hearts, in our prayers, and now it's becoming reality. Just last month, we were able to purchase a farmland in the northern part of the island of Cebu. And hopefully by next month, we will be able to start the construction of our own farmhouse with a shelter for additional places for children to experience healing and restoration. And in the same time, we will be able to provide our own food for our children's shelter here in Cebu City. If you want to be part of this project or want to know more information about it, check out our homepage on christforasia.info/farm. This pandemic has hit everyone all over the world, but the street children and the families that we are working with, they have been hit even worse, because even before the pandemic, they have been struggling in their life. They have been fighting for survival day after day. And as large gatherings of groups won't be possible even in the near future, we are also adjusting our programs and leveling up, transforming our street feeding programs. And our vision now is a family center where we can provide help and hope for these children on the streets and families on the streets. Since last month, we were able to find an ideal location in the heart of Cebu City along one of the main roads in Cebu City. And right there, we want to bring hope to these children and the families living on the streets with livelihood trainings, with Bible studies, and with education and scholarship programs for these children and families. Stay tuned as we are going to launch this new Help and Hope Family Center on November 17. Just this last October 5, it was the start of this new school year, and that also applies for our Nehemiah School of Opportunities. But this year is much different from all the years before. Education during the pandemic. Our teachers were working double time over the past few months to work on a curriculum that is fitting for the education during this pandemic. The Department of Education and also the President has forbidden face-to-face classes while there is no COVID-19 vaccine yet. So that's why we needed to be creative, and our teachers have come up with a curriculum that is partly online and partly offline that we started last October 5. We were able to purchase some new computers for online lessons, some new cell phones for our scholars, and it started last October 5, and the first month was very successful, and we are glad that we can provide quality education despite this pandemic. And we are so excited and so thankful that despite this pandemic, we were able to see some of our students graduate within this year. So in this year, we had 15 elementary and high school students that were able to graduate from their classes, and also 3 college students that were finishing their college graduation during this pandemic. And it's always so amazing for us to see these children hopeless from the streets, and God is transforming their lives completely. And now they have been able to graduate. Some from social work, some from tourism, and we even had one electrical engineer, the first electrical engineer graduating from the Christ for Asia scholarship programs. And we are so glad that Jeremiah 29:11 has become reality for their lives, a future and a hope. Stay tuned for everything else. That was our first episode of Hope News, and we are glad to bring to you soon another episode of Hope News. Hit that like and share button and spread it with your friends. We would love to see you join our vision. Check out christforasia.info or search us on Facebook and Instagram. See you guys.